Hello everybody and welcome to Creativity Time. My name is Tatiana. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia and I am here to share some inspiration and some creativity using Stampin' Up! Products. Everything I use in my videos you can purchase at my online store and you would not be disappointed. I have really thoroughly enjoyed Stampin' Up! Products and I'm so thrilled. I am still on a high right now. So this weekend I had my very first crafting retreat. And even if I say so myself, it went very, very well. And the retreat was all based around the Rainbow of Happiness stamp set, because after 2 years of COVID, I thought we all needed a little bit of sunshine and happiness and rainbow. And because I'm still in that rainbow mode, we are going to be using the stamp set in today's video. I thought it would be fun to do a fun fold. So we're going to do a twist and pop card. I've done some prep and I have in the past shared the directions, all the measurements for the twist and pop on my blog, that's the word. So I won't be sharing those in this video, but I will write them into the video description later on. So let's flip the camera and take a look. So obviously the Rainbow of Happiness stamp set is right here. And I've also got a piece of window sheet, which I've die cut. I think you can, yes, you can see that. I've die cut the clouds, which is from the Basic Borders die. And we're going to do some ink blending to create a nice, beautiful background, basically. So that's our card front. We've got the twist and pop mechanism here, and we've got the actual panel that pops up, and we've got our card base. So let's just start with some folding and burnishing and creating the actual twist and pop. I might not actually stick anything down right now because, oh no, I've got a card panel, so it's all good, we will be. So I've pre-scored this in half and then I've done the crisscross. You need to burnish all of these and you want to fold that one in the opposite direction. Burnishing it just means that it's going to get a nice crisp fold and it should work a lot more smoother. I'm creating like this little, it reminds me of a paper aeroplane. I know it's not the basis of a paper aeroplane, but it just reminds me of one. So that's that, the card base, and we need to, this one. Oh, I did tape my grid paper down, but it's coming up. To be this way, and so we need to slot that in. Let me see if that's right. Oh, yes. That will be correct. Hope that's right. If I hold that correctly, yeah, there we go. If I hold all the bits, yep. That is it. So now we can add some Terran tape, or you could use the Stampin' Seal Plus. Either one is good. And flip that so that we get the other half. The reason why I've chosen the Terran tape is because it does have the peel back, so I can do it in steps without having to worry that I'm going to adhere something that I'm not ready to adhere. remove the release paper or the backing paper, whichever word you prefer, and slot that in. The height is the same. Let's just make sure it's all lined up. And now we can flip and open that up and remove that back in and press that down. Now there you can see the twist and popping. And now we are going to stick this to here. And this time I will use the Stampin' Seal Plus just for convenience, really, more than anything else. So I'm going to make sure that that corner is well and truly in that fold before I add the adhesive. Any bits that are coming off the edge there, I'm just going to fold them there, line that up. Make sure this is pretty eyeball centered, and fold the flap down. And now got to do the other half, because it won't twist and pop if only half is stuck down. There we go. Now we can fold this, give it a bit of a rub. And now you can see our card twists and pops. The first few times are a bit stiff, but the more you open it and close it, it kind of starts working on its own. So let's decorate the front first. We've got our panel, and let's do some ink blending. So this is Pool Party cardstock, and I'm going to use Pool Party ink with my blending brush. There we go. And I normally start the clouds from the bottom, but I just thought for something fun or for something different, I will start the clouds. Did I get the right ink? Yes, Pool Party. No. This is Pool Party, and I want Balmy Blue. Good thing I checked. Well, cardstock has two sides anyway, so I'm just going to rub off that Pool Party ink. And if you don't want to rub it on your grid paper, another good place, and it thoroughly removes any excess ink, it's just a microfiber cloth. So there we go. And now you see it's not as Pool Party-ish. I do use the same blending brush for the two colors, so it's not surprising. So I'm going to start off the paper and I'm going to color that entire section. So there we go. We have clouds. And now I'm going to move that down. And I'm kind of starting on the window sheet so that I'm not covering what was already done. So I'm getting that highlighting from above. Now I'm going to also flip. Don't forget to flip so that you get more variation in clouds. And I'm doing circular motions. One, two, three, four. I find it I have more control when I'm holding the head of the brush, but you can hold the handle. It's 5 and just another little one at the bottom. Perfect, and one final one just to give that bottom edge a little bit of blending as well. Perfect. I love it. Don't you just love doing clouds? I'm just gonna blend some more ink on the edges. almost in a semicircular or even an oval look. It's very subtle. Not even sure if the camera picks that up, but it's there just to give it that little bit of extra depth and oomph. And then with your window sheet, just wipe off the excess ink so that if you use a different color next time, it's not going to blend into your project, because the last thing you want is a bit of surprise ink of a different color. Okay, so we've got our front there, and what I didn't get to prep was that I want panels sitting on there, and the stitched so sweetly dies fit so beautifully. Grab them. Here they are. This is the metric sizing, of course, but I can't remember. Nope, not that one. Next one down. That just, look at that. It's like it's made for this card. And we are going to die cut that out of basic white. Let's see. I need 4. I'll get 4 this way, but I'll get 4 this way. And just so that I'm not running that extra bit through. Never know, might need that tiny scrap of basic white. I go through phases. I collect the scraps, then I throw out the scraps. It's mood depending. What do you do? Do you collect your scraps, or do you throw them out straight away? Or would you consider what I just cut off a non-scrap? I don't know, let me know. I'd like to hear more about your methods. Let's die cut 4 of these, and we're going to do some cloud blending on them as well. Oh, there goes the grid paper. I'll fix it up after I finish. Hey, Joan, how's it going? Hope you're well. Are you being affected with all these horrible rain? Or this horrible rain? I don't even know why I said these horrible rain. This horrible rain. I've got to say it stopped raining here and the sun is shining. And I haven't seen sun, can't even remember since when. So I am pretty excited. Catch up on some laundry.
Oh.
Okay. 2 more. One more. I really should stop using this plate because the crack is now so big that it affects the die cutting process. But I'm tempted to see how much I can get out of it when it fully cracks. You know, and the only way I'm going to find that out is by keep using it. Okay, so let's straighten up this grid paper, stick it down a bit more. And we're going to do a bit of ink blending on these as well. So this time we're blending Balmy Blue straight onto basic white. I'm trying to keep it quite light. Oh, you're lucky that you didn't get it. I'm so glad to hear that you didn't get any flooding, but oh, it's so sad for the other suburbs. Yes, Lismore. Oh my goodness. Poor Lismore. There we go. And then don't forget to just do a bit on the bottom edge, and it makes it just less stark white. And you'll see that that looks quite elegant and lovely. So we'll quickly do the same thing to the other 3 panels. You might notice I'm not even re-inking. My blender brush has probably enough ink, but I could do a few. Or I could probably do with a clean. Should probably wash my blending brush, but to be honest, I've got almost one for every color. Not color as in stamping out colors, that'll be 50, but I've got one for light blues, one for dark blues. I've got one for dark purples and one for light purples, etc. So I just don't feel the need to wash them all that regularly. It is probably better for the brushes though. I'm bored this weekend. But you can see they do hold quite a bit of ink. I haven't re-inked this now for the last 2 panels, and I'm still getting a beautiful blend. And quite a bit of ink right where the mask is. So we go. Now my fingers are also blended too. I'll just give that stencil a wipe down. And I won't stick these down just yet, but I'm just placing them there so you get a bit of an idea of what that would look like. Isn't that fun? Really pleased with that. Now, we of course need some rainbows, because that is what we're here for, or all about. So that's what I'm all about. Now, we need some basic white. That should fit the rainbow beautifully. So we're going to start with the little one. I'm going to have a drink of water. And I'm thinking fresh freesia. So I'm going to not stamp that to the edge, because I've got to give it some space for the other arcs. Fresh freesia. And now I'm going to place the next arc down. I really enjoyed designing and working on the retreat that I've just finished, because I had the rainbow permanently mounted, so I didn't have to redo this. What shall we do next? We shall do Flirty Flamingo. It's a very different kind of rainbow. And then next one, let's go with Coastal Cabana. Grab a big block. And finally, I'm not putting those away because we need a few more rainbows. One for the envelope at least. And finally, Bermuda Bay on the very top. And for anyone who likes these kind of fun facts, is So I've got my ink pads now in rainbow order, but I actually start my ink pads from Coastal Cabana. I thought, who says the rainbow order has to start from a red? And I just wanted to be a little bit different. So there's our rainbow, and that one will go on the front of the card. And we will put one, stamp one exactly the same for the inside. So Coastal Cabana next. And this is where it's handy that they're all, A, the ink pads are open, B, the arcs are all ready to go. So we'll close the ink pads now. And sending you a rainbow of happiness. Now let's go with this one. I like the little, I don't know, what do you call them? I've been calling them rays. So I'm gonna grab a block for the rays. And we will add a little bit of fun to these. We are going to use the heat and stick and gilded leafing. Get it out of my drawer. There we go. Gilded leafing. I do have more. I'm just trying to use up those scraps, and this is perfect for that. Because we've just stamped the ink and it's kind of a humidy, yucky day. Where is my heat tool? Still haven't finished unpacking from the weekend. Where did I put them? I did put it away in my drawer. But as I was saying, because it's a humid day and there's so much moisture in the air, I'm just gonna heat set this ink. Normally you wouldn't have to do this, but at the moment it's just kind of crazy. If you follow me back in March last year, you would have seen that our backyard slightly flooded with the rain. I mean, our house was fine and we were fine. Our suburb was an island, so there was no roads in or out. That were all covered in water, and the water is rising. It's starting to hit some of my neighbours' back fences already, though it's not at the same rapid speed as last time. So hopefully we won't become an island again. But I'm cautious. I'm watching it. Feel more experienced this time, wiser. So that's the heat and stick. Now we need to heat it up. I think these little scraps are perfect for this. So all I do is place them over and then I kind of rub them off. I have various tools here for rubbing, but I often end up using my finger. Just, it's more convenient. I have quick access to it. but I've got to say the sponge doubler does a good job. Oop, there we go. Try to get the excess back into my container. And I hold that up. I've got some sparkle to our card now. And let's see, you make me happy, sending you a rainbow of happiness. Thank you. You make this world a better place. Oh, let's use that one on the outside. So yes. Okay, so let's firstly fussy cut these out. I feel as if this one had more even race. We'll keep that one for the inside, and on the front one we might be able to cover that up. So I'm going to have that rainbow sit in there on the fold. So what we're going to do is give it a bit of a score. I don't want it fully in half. I want it a bit more that way. So there, and then just use the scoring blade across our rainbow. And fold that, burnishing it. Now, because I know that that's what I want to do, I'm going to adhere these two down. Let's give them a bit of a swoosh of glue. And center them onto the panel. Go. Now I can put that rainbow, and I'm going to make sure that that score line lines up with the score line of that fold. This is where liquid glue is particularly handy, because it means I can move it around if I need to. There. So that's the same rainbow that'll be on the outside. Oh. And I think that's enough. So I don't need to add any more. Sometimes less is more. So I'm going to adhere those two other panels down. I feel like the sun is about to disappear, or it's starting to get a bit darker, as it does before the rain comes in. There we go. And I normally stamp on the inside of the card, and I was going to say I should have stamped on the inside of the card, but in this case I've already got the rainbow there, so I don't really need it down here. And I can't remember the measurement from here to here. It's about 10 centimeters, so I'm going to cut this down to 9.5, because we're already taking up some of our scoring blade writing area, so I don't want to take up any more of it. Should have stamped the envelope though. That's right, I can do that. I wouldn't add the gilded leafing to the envelope. Envelopes, if people keep a card, they don't always keep the envelope. I always keep the envelope. Don't ask me why. Well, actually, because a lot of my friends decorate their envelopes too, and you know, I know the effort. So there's that. And now we'll have that on the front. We'll have our rainbow, and we need to bring in the cloud punch. I think that one is on the bottom of the pile. Where's the cloud punch? There it is. And we'll punch it out of balmy blue. Or should we do white? Let's do one of each and see which one looks better. Just fits. Because this could be too much blue. I think we need to bring in the white. Yeah, much prefer the white. That's right, I can use that one for, oh, no, we won't use white and we won't use balmy blue. I know what we'll do. Aha! This is the supple sparkle paper. Yes. And this is the iridescent one. I love it. That was very prominent at the retreat. Kind of wanted to hide that one more, so let's see. Punch them one in each direction and we'll see which one we want to use. Let's assemble this. So we put that there and that one there. Or I think that cloud works better. So, and we need the sentiment still as well. Feels as if it's missing something. We could use more clouds, I think. Yep. Sometimes it's a matter of trial and error. And I don't know which way. I feel, oh, I know. Maybe not those clouds. Give it a whirl. I just love the clouds in Give It a Whirl. So I'll die cut all three. We will only use what we need. But that off. At least we can work out which ones we want. Slip that in. And these clouds are also stitched. So they're super duper cute. See that? I can see the stitching. I think the sparkle is too much, but the stitching is there. You can just see it in the video, but it is there. You're gonna have to trust me. Okay. Do I want? What do I want? Ooh, yes. Okay, no cloud punch, but don't worry, that is not a waste. But I do love these little ones. And I love the way it's positioned right now. Okay, so I need dimensionals, which that's very little of. There. And got to place that one right there. So scared to move it. Love the positioning so much. Ooh. And let's glued the cloud to our rainbow, and now I'm going to flip it over and add the dimensionals. Might as well use that edge piece since it's there. And I remember the rainbow was overlapping that one ever so slightly. Okay, look at the sparkly clouds. Maybe I'm thinking about this because of all the rain. We can add that to the card front. And to finish it all off, we need the sentiment. And I said we would use "You make this world a better place." And we're going to cut that up and sprinkle the words, "You make this world a better place." And my favorite, might not work, but one of my favorite things to do at the moment is white heat emboss on black. I'm sure I'll find a bit of black scrap that we can heat emboss onto. I've already got the Versamark out. Just need the white. That's the white. Very quiet crowd today. Thank you. I do appreciate you watching. And just in case it's hard to snip all the bits and we might need an extra one, I'll just stamp that 3 times. And make sure that's closed. Bring in the heat tool. See, I'm glad I did that a few times. The U on that's not so good, but it's much better there. So, you know, we have options. You. Make. This. And I will trim. Kind of spreads the sentiment out a bit too. Oh, it is tiny. It's getting hard to line them up. They're so tiny. I'm going to start with place. I did recently get myself some tweezers, just because I thought it would be handy, and it's really handy for small bits like this. Too much glue, that's okay. It'll dry clear. I'm kind of alternating. And that is done. I'll do the envelope off camera because you don't need to see me stamp the rainbow again. But there is my Rainbow of Happiness twist and pop card. And that will get easier with time. Flip. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that I have inspired you to spend some time being creative. And most importantly, I hope that you send, if you are a card maker, of course, if you send that card to someone to brighten their day. That's the beauty of card making. I didn't think I'd love card making as much as I did. And one of the reasons I love it is the reactions that I get from people when I send them a card. Not that I've been particularly good at that. Anyhow, room for improvement. There is always room for improvement. Anyhow, thank you so much. You can purchase any of the supplies that I've used today from my online store, and I'll put the link in the video description. Bye for now.